Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us here for the 10 Weather Impacts Show. I'm meteorologist Aaron White, and so far it's been a pretty fantastic Tuesday here as we've been tracking all that sunshine and temperatures getting up into the 70s after sort of a cool morning. We were down into the 50s and even a couple places dipping into the upper 40s. So nice and refreshing here the last couple of days. And we're going to continue to see some more pleasant weather here as we go through the forecast, especially after how busy it was over the last couple of weeks as we were tracking all those showers and storms, producing severe weather and even producing a lot of flash flooding across much of the area. And as we talk about our forecast and really looking back at what happened over the course of the last couple of weeks, we've had several tornadoes that have really impacted parts of Ohio. And now that actually brings up the total count for tornadoes up to 40 for 2026. And a lot of them actually occurring here in the month of August. We've had 15 tornadoes confirmed in Ohio in August alone, and most of those were back on August 11th. We, of course, had all those severe storms rolling through the morning, producing high winds and tornadoes and a lot of heavy rainfall across the state. So again, 40 tornadoes so far here in the state and 15 of them now in August, and that actually is actually tied for second place for the second most tornadoes in the month of August, and that's actually behind the year 2023 with 18 tornadoes. So yeah, a lot happening here over the course of the last several weeks. And now as we go from August and looking ahead to the fall season, we are looking ahead to September, October, and November. And really the outlook right now for at least a large part of the country is showing higher chances for above normal temperatures, especially in the Pacific Northwest. Around here, different story. We're likely going to see a lot more ups and downs as we go through the forecast. So there will be times where we have some warmer temperatures, and we likely will see some of that as we get into September, and also some cooler days here as we go through the fall season. But what we are also looking ahead to is the lack of rainfall, really. And right now there are some indications that we are going to see some below normal rainfall, maybe not quite here into Ohio, but really close by. And this is actually a signal, what we've been talking about with that super El Nino developing. Normally, when we have an El Nino as we get into the winter season, there is more of a likelihood that we're going to be seeing drier conditions and warmer than normal temperatures as we go through winter. So while September may start off a little bit rainy, there will be some chances as we get into the first couple of weeks of September. It may start to trend a bit drier as we go through more of the fall season, especially by October and November. So we'll have to wait and see how things play out. But right now, those are the trends, at least here across the country. Now, we've already had that nice early taste of fall weather here last couple of days. We had temperatures yesterday morning in the 50s and even some 40s. Had that once again here this morning. We dropped to 55 in Columbus. We had 52 in London, 50 almost getting down into the upper 40s there in Chillicothe and Marion, both at 50 degrees. But now with that sunshine, temperatures have recovered back to the 70s this afternoon. Currently 77 degrees. Winds are pretty light, less than 5 miles per hour. And overall, we are tracking some fairly pleasant conditions here for the rest of today. A few scattered clouds around and temperatures getting up close to 79, maybe getting to 80 in a few places here this afternoon. Once we get later on into this evening and more so for tonight, our temperatures will cool off back down into the 60s, and likely many of us will dip back into the mid to upper 50s here as we head into the overnight hours. And really not tracking much for cloud cover. That's really focused across northeastern Ohio. More cloud cover into parts of Pennsylvania, so we have all that sunshine to enjoy. The clouds are going to stay away from us, keeping rain showers off into Pennsylvania. That's also going to stay away from us, and we don't have to really worry about any rain until we get closer to tomorrow night, maybe as early as tomorrow evening. Some rain showers as a system builds in from the north and west could kick in a little bit of activity as we head towards our Wednesday night, and then maybe another round here for Thursday. Watching that, and then we do have another chance for some rain as we get into Monday and Tuesday of next week, as there could be a system building through that may bring us a better chance for rain. But right now there are still some questions on where that's going to be going and how much rain it will bring. And the system, at least for tomorrow, into Thursday. Not looking at any widespread heavy rainfall by any means, just a few scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder coming in. We'll see that here on the hour-by-hour forecast. We got the sunshine here today. Tracking more sunshine going into tomorrow as well. A few scattered clouds around, but watch what happens later on. Here comes a line kind of falling apart as it gets closer to us. There will be a line of thunderstorms and potential for severe weather in Indiana and far northwestern Ohio. Odds of anything happening here, very low. It's going to be falling apart, so we will see at least the chance for some rain showers, maybe a rumble of thunder as that moves in late tomorrow evening going into the overnight hours. That will clear out, and then we'll be watching the afternoon, especially areas near and south of Interstate 70 for potential for some more storms to develop. But right now, not looking at any really big chance for any severe weather, and of course not really a great chance for any heavy rainfall. Of course, none of that we really need. We need to dry out, and we are going to do that here going through today and tomorrow. More sunshine, and then that chance coming in for tomorrow night, another chance for Thursday afternoon. By Friday, we got more sunshine, 81 for a high temperature, great weather for some Friday football, and we are going to continue with that sunshine here through the weekend as our temperatures do start to rebound. Back to the lower 80s here on Saturday, 86 by Sunday, and we actually will be into the upper 80s as we head into early next week. So some really warm temperatures making a comeback as we get into the next week, as we could see highs closer to the upper 80s and maybe making a run at 90 degrees. So at least some dry days in the forecast and some quieter weather here. And as we talk about some more active weather, check out this up-close video. This is showing a tornado tearing through a residential area in southern France back on Monday. The tornado struck Monday afternoon and actually injured at least 39 people. According to a local authority, it happened so fast that it couldn't actually do anything. People that were there, a shopkeeper whose grocery store was destroyed by the tornado, told CNN affiliate BFM-TV. The sky suddenly darkened, the wind started blowing, and they just went outside and just had to go back in because it was just a kind of chaos there in parts of southern France. Again, devastating to see that as some people were affected there in southern France, and many who were affected, having to recover now. And here you can see some of the damage left behind by that tornado, looking like something you'd see in the heartland of the U.S. rather than in France. And they reported the tornado damaged about 300 homes, and the town clock is struck at 5:02 p.m., reminding residents of when their town was upended. The town was supposed to have its annual festival this weekend, but has yet determined if they're going to be moving forward with any of those plans. So unfortunately, devastating to see what happened there in southern France. And here in the U.S., firefighters in Nevada are making progress against a quickly spreading wildfire, but tens of thousands of Reno residents have still been forced out of their homes. Bradley Blackburn has the latest on the battle.
New images show the Hawk Fire is putting up a fight.
Whoa!
Flames inched right by roadways and lit up mountainsides. The fire has consumed more than 15,000 acres, filling the skies above Reno with smoke and threatening residents with danger. Tens of thousands are under evacuation orders, though those numbers have started to decrease as some residents are being allowed back home.
I just going to take it day by day. I really don't know, but I'm just going to pray and ask God.
Fire officials say the Hawk Fire is now more than 27% contained. They believe it sparked Saturday and was human-caused, though it's not clear whether it was intentional.
So the investigators are still working through that right now. More than likely, this fire will be classified as undetermined.
A 900-person team was battling the fire Monday. 3 firefighters and 4 civilians were reported injured. So far, dozens of homes have been confirmed damaged or destroyed, but many evacuees don't know yet whether their homes are still standing.
How are you coping right now?
I'm worried.
The National Guard is assisting with evacuations and aerial firefighting. The National Weather Service says wildfire risk remains high in the area this week, with dry, high winds. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And as we talk about, of course, the fires being devastating out there, we're also looking back at a historical moment here 9 years ago today, the anniversary of Hurricane Harvey making landfall on the Texas coast. was a Category 4 hurricane when it made landfall, causing catastrophic flooding and more than 100 deaths. It is tied with 2005's Hurricane Katrina as the costliest tropical cyclone on record, inflicting $125 billion in damage in 2017 dollars, primarily from the catastrophic rainfall triggered flooding in the Houston area, and the storm sat atop eastern Texas for 4 days, causing unprecedented flooding and prompted tens of thousands of rescues. Many locations in the Houston metro area received at least 30 inches of rainfall, with a maximum of 60.58 inches in one of the nearby cities, marking Harvey as the wettest tropical cyclone on record for both Texas and the U.S. Due to the extensive damage, the name Harvey was retired in April of 2018 and will not be used for another Atlantic tropical cyclone. And if you had to guess the world's deadliest animal, you might say a shark or a lion, but year after year, it's the mosquito. The diseases mosquitoes spread kill more people than any other animal on Earth, and as the climate warms, mosquito season is lasting longer, giving them more time to spread dangerous diseases. Ben Tracy with Climate Central reports on why mosquitoes are thriving and the surprising way scientists are fighting back.
It's delivery day in the San Gabriel Valley.
Oh, good. Heck yeah.
Just east of Los Angeles.
This is completely bonkers.
And Tristan Hallam's latest shipment,
All 25 tubes are here.
is not something you normally find in a box.
What I'm listening for is the sound of 600 adults flying around. All right, let's head on in.
Their blue vests are a pretty good clue as to what's inside.
So what's in the tube?
So inside this tube is actually 600 male Aedes aegypti mosquitoes that we just received overnight from Kentucky.
Hallam oversees scientific programs for the San Gabriel Valley Mosquito Control District.
Do you like mosquitoes?
I enjoy working with them, but I like to kill them.
His target? Invasive mosquitoes that can spread diseases, including Zika, dengue fever, and West Nile virus. As the climate warms, mosquito seasons are getting longer. Climate Central found nearly 95% of the cities it analyzed now have more days each year suitable for some of the most common species of mosquitoes to spread disease, 18 more days on average than in the early 1970s.
What we would used to refer to as the mosquito season would only be, say, May to September. But now we have individuals treating for mosquito control activity all season long.
Their plan to control them may sound a little strange.
Oh, yikes. There they come.
They're actually releasing 30,000 mosquitoes every week. They don't need bug spray
I don't see any bites on your arms.
because they're all males, and male mosquitoes don't bite.
I tell people it's the opposite of the human species. It's the females that cause trouble in the mosquito world.
Professor Stephen Dobson supplies those mosquitoes. He's president of Mosquito Mate in Lexington, Kentucky. His team breeds a specific species of mosquito in their lab and ships them to control districts across the country. These males carry a naturally occurring bacteria called Wolbachia, so when they mate with wild females, the eggs never hatch.
If enough of the females are not producing any offspring, then the population goes down.
Are these things genetically modified in some way?
They are not. This is a naturally occurring bacterium. We're just moving the bacterium from one mosquito to another.
This EPA-approved approach can cut certain mosquito populations by 70 to 95%. The World Mosquito Program is using similar methods in 16 countries, including Brazil, where it produces 110 million Wolbachia mosquitoes each week. Some communities there have seen dengue cases fall by 89%.
These are the immature mosquitoes.
Dobson says new tools are needed because climate change isn't just making mosquito seasons longer, it's expanding their range.
The general trend is they're moving northward into places that historically have been too cold. Some places are getting wetter, and so that's also causing mosquito problems.
Let's see what's inside.
Tristan Hallam says if his traps catch fewer disease-carrying females this summer, he'll know the boy bugs are doing their job.
So it seems kind of sexist, but it's okay for us to not like female mosquitoes.
Oh, I'm always saying I love the dudes, but the females, they can get out of here.
For Climate Central, I'm Ben Tracy.
And today actually marks the National Park Service Founders Day. 110 years ago, on August 25th, 1916, President Woodrow Wilson signed the law creating the National Park Service. There are more than 6,000 state parks across the United States and today, and about 80 of those are in the Buckeye State, and of several other national parks here across the United States as well, including Cuyahoga Valley National Park here in Ohio. So some cool parks to check out, of course, if you want to enjoy some of the nice weather. And finally today, we want to check out some new video into us here at 10 TV. And first up, this is showing some large plumes of smoke filling the sky as the Ross Fire burned in north central Texas on Monday. Video out of Palo Pinto County, about 50 miles west of Dallas-Fort Worth, shows bright orange flames burning along a hillside. Multiple agencies responded to the area as the fire continued to burn. A county emergency service spokesperson said crews were working to protect nearby homes while assessing their next steps. The Texas and A&M Forest Service actually says the blaze has scorched at least 50,000 acres as of Tuesday morning and only 5% contained. And on this date in 1939, The Wizard of Oz came out in theaters. Its striking use of color made it stand out amid other films of the time that were still in black and white. The special effects team also had an expensive task in creating the tornado scene. The Wizard of Oz was a hit, with the iconic song Over the Rainbow winning an Oscar. And as we do talk about the forecast one more time here before we wrap things up here on the 10 Weather Impact Show, we are tracking more sunshine. Just a couple chances for some rain showers here. Rain showers, maybe a storm coming in Wednesday night. Another chance for Thursday afternoon. More sunshine Friday and Saturday, and into Sunday. Really, most of the weekend looking dry. And then we'll have to watch things how they play out here as we go into next week. That's going to do it for us here today on the 10 Weather Impact Show. Coming up later on this afternoon, Chief Meteorologist Chris Tomer's in with the latest forecast, looking ahead to all the sunshine and, of course, those chances for rain. So until then, you can catch more news and weather online, as always, at 10tv.com.